Hi all, welcome. It's Nexus of Thought. Today I thought I'd do a top 10 on the greatest World Cup winners since 1950. I'm starting it from 1950. I know there were three World Cups played before 1950. One which was won by Uruguay in 1930, and the two that were won by Italy in 1934 and 1938, respectively. But I feel as though I don't know enough information about those World Cups to make an accurate judgment. So here are my top 10 World Cup teams of all time. In 10th place is England of 1966. This was the year England hosted the World Cup and they won it. They defeated the Portuguese 2-1 and then went on to win that iconic final against West Germany by a score of 4-2. The same final which saw that disputed third goal and Geoff Hurst's hat trick. Great English team with Bobby Charlton, Bobby Moore, Geoff Hurst and Roger Hunt, as well as the goalie Gordon Banks. In ninth spot, I'm going to go with Argentina of 1986. This was the Argentinian team that, yes, did defeat England by the hand of God ball in the quarterfinals, but then went on to win the World Cup, defeating West Germany by a score of 3-2 in the final. The World Cup was held in Mexico, and it was the World Cup where Diego Maradona, really stamped his brilliance onto the world scene. I probably would have ranked him higher, but it's Maradona in many of those games carried the Argentinians to victory. In at least that's the opinion. That's my opinion on the particular issue. In eighth spot, I'm going to go with Italy of 1982. They won the World Cup that year, which was held in Spain. This was actually my favorite personal World Cup. I followed this with great detail. I was quite young at the time. And now I probably would have ranked the Italians even higher because in winning the World Cup, they did have to dispense with Argentina, um, the Brazilian team of 1982 is arguably one of the top teams never to have won the World Cup, and they were defeated by the Italians, as well as the Poles and West Germany. This is the World Cup of Paolo Rossi, but I think eighth is makes sense. The team actually, funny enough, started very, very poorly with three draws against Poland, Peru, and Cameroon before eventually opening up in the latter stages of the tournament. In seventh position, I'm going to go with the Germans of West German team of 1974 that managed to win the World Cup and defeated what I consider the best team never to have won the World Cup, which was the Dutch of 1974. They defeated the Dutch team 2-1. So this was the German team of Beckenbauer and Müller, and I'll put them in seventh spot. In six, I've got to go with the Argentinians of 2022, Messi's team. They willed their way to the final and went on to win it, defeating a very, very strong French team with Kylian Mbappe. As a final as well, Mbappe got a hat trick and landed up on the losing team, and of course the Argentinians went ahead to win that final on penalties. In number five, I have to go with the Germans, 2014 German team that won the World Cup in Brazil and won that incredible game against Brazil on Brazilian soil by a score of 7-1. So that would be my choice for fifth position. In fourth, I'm going to go with the Brazilians of 1958. This was Pele's breakout year. He came in as a 17-year-old. The Brazilians became the only South American team to win on European soil, and they did so in 1958 against the host Sweden, defeating the Swedes 5-2 in the final. Third, I'm going to go with the French of 1998. This was Zinedine Zidane's team. This team was completely solid backline, midfield. Probably would have ranked them higher, except for the fact that the strikers didn't always. The strikers, which was Henry and Trezeguet, but young at the time and didn't do as well as they probably could have if they had been a bit older and a bit mature. But nevertheless, it was an incredible French team, so I put them at third. Second is the French of 2018, a well-deserved victory by the French who beat Croatia 4-2. This was the tournament that was held in Russia, and that was a wonderful victory by the French. Now, there are a couple of teams uh, that I have omitted from my top 10 list, just as I finished off now with the French in second, the French of 2018 in second. So, which three teams could you argue should perhaps be on the list? Well, one could mention the Italians in 2006. It was a great team, very, very defensive orientated. Um, they were fortunate that there was a German collapse near the end there, and the final was kind of marred by the Zinedine Zidane sending off. The Spanish of 2010 were a very, very solid team, but their style of soccer, and I tend to favor more aggressive, free-flowing, um, attacking football, wasn't always the most exciting. In fact, they won their last four matches all by 1-0 score lines. So it's a good team, but I wouldn't say it was a great team. And I don't know if the level of competition up against them was that strong as well. So that would be the Spaniards of 2010. The other team, which probably deserves some noteworthy mention, are the Uruguayans of 1950, who pulled off that surprise victory against Brazil in Brazil against a Brazilian team. It's actually was bizarre because that game, that final game, which saw Uruguay come back and win 2-1 against Brazil, that match was played in front of almost 200,000 people. So that's almost unprecedented and will luckily never happen again that you'll see a match of that size being played. So those are three teams that deserve honorary mention. And now for number one. Number one would be the Brazilian team of 1970, the greatest Brazilian team ever and the best World Cup winning side I've ever seen. They were strong in every single position. They had Pelé in their team, but they didn't even need him. And they won a very, very solid final victory against the Italians by a score of 4-1. It was a tremendous World Cup as well, which included that Italian victory against West Germany by a score of 4-3, as well as the West German comeback against England. After being 2-0 down, the West Germans came back to win 3-2. So just to end this off, my top 10 rankings. Number one, Brazil of 1970. Number two, France of 2018. Number three, France of 1958. France of 1998. Number four, Brazil of 1958. I like the number 8 for some reason or other. Germany, number 5, Germany of 2014. Number 6, Argentina of 2022. Number 7, West Germany of 1974. 8, Italy of 1982. 9, Argentina of 1986. And in 10th spot, England of 1966. So let me know what you think of this ranking, whether you agree with it or not, and look forward to making more videos. Thank you very much. Bye.